Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am sitting here playing with scraps. I wanted to start recording before I started playing with scraps, but my mother was on the phone, so I started playing before I turned the camera on. When I cut fabric, I have a lot of scraps like this, either from just trimming something or the end of a bolt or whatever. And, you know, when I have them on eBay, they're almost always the full width of the fabric, and they're folded like this. Now, I actually just put some tonight at the time that I'm uploading this video for 30 scrappy strips, but they're a little bit wider than this, and I have done, I think, a wonky block with those. I'll link to that down below. If I did indeed do that, I do believe I did. Tonight I'm playing with my boxes of, well, there's a couple of wide ones tucked away in here, but I have boxes like this filled with narrower, like maybe an inch or less, some over an inch. So here's what I did. Just to make these more manageable, I take, oh, this one is still the full width of the strip. I take this and I'm just going to, oh no, this is cut. All right, I'm trying to find an example for you. Well, let's do this guy. I'm just going to cut this fold, and then I'm going to cut this fold. So it gives me 4 separate pieces, which are not too long, so quite manageable, and gives more variety to the block. So now, I don't know why I have all 4 of these here. I'm going to start slapping some together, and I'm going to trim. I'm trying to make like 4-inch blocks, and I'm going to start with narrow strips in the center and see how that's going. I like to end with wider strips so it makes trimming easier. You're not trimming like right on a seam, hopefully. And let's see here. This is really narrow, but I'm going to tuck it in there. Trying to get some different colors. Where's another color here? Something bright, not too narrow. Let's go with this. So do go check out that auction. You could certainly use those for wider strip sets. Okay, I'm just gonna go sew those together, and then I'll see, you know, what I need to add. I'm quite far away from 4 inches, but I do want to put 2 kind of wide ones on the ends. But I'm going to add one more. I'm going to add this guy here. I am at just over 3 inches. I did add 2 strips. And now I'm going to add 2 kind of wide ones. And then I'll be able to trim. Let's do that one. And then let's do this guy, some little blue hearts. Like that. Alright, my strip set is more than 4 inches tall. And now here is where I left off. Well, actually I did some cutting while my mother was on the phone, because I made another strip set too, with completely different prints than this. And I'm going to combine the two. So I have some pieces cut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a few strips out of this. You just kind of straighten out this edge. Obviously, things can be wonky here. That's the whole point. Now I want a couple of strips to be like maybe 1.5 inches wide. I don't really have the camera in the right place. Again, so that the end of the block, it's not just all seam allowances. So I'm going to cut 2 that are about 1.5 inches wide. And they can be wonky. They really can. And then maybe some more narrow ones, like maybe 1 inch. Another inch. I mean, I'm not like really measuring here. Another one. I have so many grooves. My whole mat is screwed up. It's like do too much cutting. Okay, I'm gonna start with a wide piece. How about I start with a couple skinny pieces first in the center, just like we did when we were building the strip set. But I'm going to take one from this and then one from this, which came from here. And then I'm going to sew those together. And the reason I wanted different prints, this and this, is so that nothing would butt up against each other. Now another one like this. Let's start with that. I'm going to sew those three suckers together. I know you can't really see. I wasn't planning on recording at all. I'll show you closer when it's done. The whole point of this is I wanted to make something that looked like, not really a crumb block, well, a crumb block, but to me, crumb blocks, I like it to be like all different directions and stuff like that. Some like very tiny, weird postage stamp, I don't know. More of a crumb block. Going to sew those together. I went ahead and put some wider pieces on the edges. Oh my God, you know what? All of a sudden, it's like, I think I did this before. I have no clue what I've done for videos. I can't remember everything. I know I did a miniature postage stamp quilt, but I don't, quilt block, or just a block. I don't remember it being with scraps, and I know I still have it here somewhere, but I don't feel like looking for it right now. But that's okay if I make two things the same way. It's, you know, the same idea, but the other one wasn't, I don't know, it seemed like it was all the little squares ended up being like about a ½ inch square. I will link to that below. Please go check it out. Please go check out the scraps on eBay, and let me trim this, and we'll see what we got. It always looks better when it's trimmed. Just making it. I'm gonna press it again. Can I get 4? I can. I think this came out adorable. Look at that. I just really like it. Now, is it good for quilting? Yeah, there's a lot of seams in the back, so it makes it kind of, you know, not as flexible. It's a little bit stiffer. But again, I always say tote bags, pillows, whatever. And, you know, you could use it in a quilt. And, you know, you could use small squares like this and then sash them. And then you wouldn't be joining squares with all those seams. You know, if you put a sashing on there, that it makes it easier. So I just wanted to show you that because I felt like playing with some scraps, and now I did. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye!